After a rough start, we are now on to part 2 of our 5th episode. Welcome to Gone with the Wind. Hey everybody, I'm Manning, and if you can tell, I'm slightly deranged right now because my computer literally hates me right now with how much technology problems we've been having, not only with this episode in particular, but with literally every time I open it up. But we're going to move forward. We're going to press on because today you are on the show about award shows where we talk about all things Oscars, Golden Globes, SAG, BAFTA, Gotham Independent Awards. We don't really care enough for it, but just enough to report on it. With me today is the returning panelist, Abe. Hello again?
Hi, I'm broken.
This is the weirdest.
Still...
This is the weirdest deja vu. It's funny, that's the exact same thing he said, guys. That's what's so funny. Get it?
What are you talking about? This is the first time I have said it.
Wait, what? Are you sure? Okay, we all go a little mad sometimes. Malcolm. Hi.
Hi, good to be here.
I was waiting for you to do the exact same thing you said. Oh wait, no, I didn't tee it off. That's on me. My bad. Malcolm, are you broken in New Zealand? I don't know what I said. You know what? I don't know what I said. Moving on. And we have Ryan here. We can't keep him away.
Yep, got me back.
Yeah, we liked him so much we invited him back because we need someone else here to talk to us about A Star Is Born, the 4th remake. Well, no, the 3rd remake, the 4th film. There we go. This will be the majority of our discussion is based upon the film in and of itself. However, we will also be discussing a couple things that dropped in news-wise, as well as a couple trailers. And before we move on to that, for trailer breakdown, we have 2 trailers we talked about were coming out last week from 2 films we discussed, and that is Vice and The Mule. So, Malcolm, we were talking prior about Christian Bale. Can you tell us a bit more about your thoughts on the trailer for Vice?
Yeah, I thought this trailer looked really good. I mean, it's one of those. Dick Cheney was always one of those subjects that when they announce that they're going to do a movie based on his life, it's like, I mean, okay, good. He's getting a movie. I don't really know what he's done to want a movie based on, but just watching this is like, I recognise like people like Sam Rockwell, Steve Carell, and everyone else, but I do not recognise Christian Bale as Dick Cheney. He's under the same amount of prosthetics that Gary Oldman went in when he played Winston Churchill. Which just become so it's so unrecognisable that it's scary.
Yeah, it is. Now, how much do you know about the Bush administration and Dick Cheney over there in New Zealand? Is there anything that's known on that side of the pond?
I know that George Bush likes ducks.
We've done so well as a country.
I was thinking back to what that book story thing that yeah.
Abe, what did you think of the trailer?
Pure honesty. I'm gonna be honest. I was wondering why the movie was called Vice. I knew Dick Cheney was vice president, but I didn't connect this.
No, trust me. Together. I thought they were talking about like you have a vice. No, it's a vice. Yeah, I had the same president. Thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So okay, so I think Christian Bale looks amazing in it. I was hoping to see more Amy Adams, to be honest. It's like I was excited for her in that movie because she definitely looks like she's making like based on set pictures, like she's doing the same as Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, she's still one of the greatest actresses working today, in my opinion.
I agree with that opinion. Also, I was wondering how Adam McKay was gonna take this movie, and it looks like he's taking it in the same way as The Big Short.
Yeah,
and it definitely looks good. I'm excited for it. I'm probably gonna go watch it opening day on Christmas with Mary Poppins. Something else that's up on that day.
And someone who will probably not be watching on open day with his family, Ryan. What do you think of it?
You know, I think this is going to be a very well-made, kind of fun movie. I'm afraid about people's sense of its truthfulness, and I'm afraid of the fans because. So the trailer kicks off with another George Bush is dumb.
Yes,
motif.
I noticed that very quickly.
Which, and granted, I've spoken to people who know him not publicly, and that is by all accounts not accurate. Which raises some flags.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think back to The Big Short, and I think about how people took that movie as gospel about the financial crisis, which it gets some things right, for sure, and I expect this movie will as well. But it takes some liberties and it simplifies things, and I think that's what we can expect. But it's a movie, and I think it's going to be well acted. It seems to be greatly well acted. Christian Bale looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see all these actors do this movie. I'm afraid of the fans of this movie being really annoying.
That is a fact. No, yeah, that's really interesting because as someone who really didn't know much about the financial crisis, when I watched The Big Short, I know it happened and it occurred in some things, but the process, I was like, oh, hey, now I know some of the cogs that went into this. I didn't want to take this as truth gospel because it's a movie. I never want to take a movie that's inherently fiction because, they may take little bits and pieces of a story, but they make it theatrical. So yes, people are going to take it as quote unquote gospel, but it's a film. It's a movie. They're not going to get everything 100%. It's not a documentary. If it was a documentary, we'd be having a different discussion. But yeah, no, I definitely noticed that. They were definitely going for a very SNL type George Bush.
Yes.
Which I laughed. It was funny, but it was like at the same time, were you going to say something?
No. Oh yeah, I don't. Sam Rockwell just sounds like Sam Rockwell in my opinion. He's not making anything. It's like he's just talking as Sam Rockwell.
He definitely has an inflection that's not just Sam Rockwell. Because when I think of Sam Rockwell, I think of 3 Billboards. I don't know why. That's like, oh, that's Sam Rockwell. I don't know why, but it's not. He's more Moon than anything else. Now we're just kind of like saying, oh, what movie is Sam Rockwell? Well, he's this movie.
My favorite Sam Rockwell movies.
As long as he wasn't like safe on Beetlebox.
What was that? I missed that. What was that, Michael?
He's nothing like Zaphod Beetlebox, that's for sure. From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that movie in forever. That movie scarred me as a kid. Jeez Louise. I was too young to see it. But yeah, we're all really enjoying this. This looks like it could be a player. It's coming out very late in the game. But if anything, this looks like it could be Christian Bale's vehicle for at least a nomination. If the movie is well reviewed. We'll see what it brings along with it. Next. Oh, yep.
And it's opening at the same time the Big Short date, like December, end December. So I don't think.
Yep, we'll see how we'll see if this is right up the Academy's alley, or if they are done with the George Bush era and move on to other pastures, or if they want to go back to this. We'll see what the Hollywood elite has to say about this. But I'm curious. Anything with Christian Bale, I'm automatically almost going to buy because this man is someone who dedicates himself. And after Big Short, I'm in for what McKay is doing next. All right, moving on to our next trailer, and that is The Mule. Color me shocked. I was actually impressed with the trailer. That was my initial thoughts because as someone who had no idea what this movie was and who didn't care about this movie whatsoever, this movie has me readily intrigued. Abe, what say you?
I share your thoughts. The trailer remind me of American Sniper. I don't know if like the American Sniper trailer. You know that they put a
really good trailer
movie with some clip with some montages.
Yep.
Yeah, a clip of a movie, and we know like Clint Eastwood can direct the hell out of tension. I just rewatched Mystic River recently, and I was blown away like again than the first time. And the last time, Mystic River, Lawrence Fishburne play a detective. The movie, Clint Eastwood movie, was nominated for Best Picture, and he's playing a detective on this one. Also, the supporting cast of Bradley Cooper and Michael Pena. I don't know. I didn't know this movie existed before, so
no, it's
I'm
really cool.
surprised by everything.
No, yeah. The fact that, well, now I know a bit more about what this movie actually was, and it gave me some sense of emotional heft to it. This Malcolm, could this be Clint Eastwood's last ride in the director chair?
Well, I mean, I don't know so much about his last directing thing, because he could still. It all depends on sort of what happens in the film. But I mean, the movie looked good. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, and I was just pleasantly surprised. And the thing about this, I don't know if it's never happened before, but Bradley Cooper could potentially get nominated for Best Actor, Supporting Actor, and Director in the same year.
That has not happened before. That definitely has not happened before.
So if he's really good at this, then it could happen for the first time.
Yeah, and producer, and song, and did he work on the screenplay? If he worked on the screenplay for Star Is Born, then yeah, he could get the break.
Hashtag Bradley Cooper takes over the Oscars.
Yeah, just have him host it the next year after Kimmel's done. But I also what I found really interesting was you can definitely. Eastwood is really good about writing his own music. It's very simple. It's very, but it's very catchy. There's a lot of, especially Mystic River is one that I really, really enjoy. And this had very Mystic River vibes in the way that its piano worked in the trailer. And I'm guessing this theme is going to be recurring. Ryan, what about you? What'd you think of The Mule?
Looks like a movie. You know, it looks
hot take, guys. Ryan thinks it looks like a movie.
Clint Eastwood looks really old.
He does.
I don't know. Like, it looks better than the 1517 to Paris, so at least we'll get a decent Clint Eastwood movie this year. But
yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to say about this movie. Like, it looks fine.
Yeah. No, I guess my expectations were just so low that I was impressed regardless, because the week before the trailer came out, I didn't know it existed. And like good Clint Eastwood fashion, he comes a movie out of nowhere. But this also kind of reminds me of like the year of, you were saying, Abe, this reminds you of American Sniper. So the Paris movie could be the Jersey Boys, and you could double, one movie is not so great, one movie is, apparently gets some Oscar love. But we'll see. I don't think this is gonna do anything.
Probably actor.
Maybe, but if that'll have to be like if Christian Bale, if Clint Eastwood comes out and is like, "I'm retiring after this," that's a terrible Clint Eastwood impression. His voice is way too low. And pulls a Robert Redford, and then kind of rescinds it later because he's like, "Nah, just kidding."
I'd be surprised if he retired. I think he likes it. I mean, there's no if he didn't enjoy himself and didn't enjoy hanging out with his crew all the time, the same crew over and over again, like he wouldn't keep doing this. He's over 80 now, and rich. Yeah. So he could go enjoy his life if he wanted.
You're right. No,
what he wants to do.
Yeah, he and Scorsese are like gonna do it until they're like in their 80s. They'll do it until they die, until they take their last breath.
I think he's 70. Is he 70?
No, he's in his 80s. Clint Eastwood.
75? No, I mean it's Scorsese.
Yeah, he was in his 80s.
Younger.
No, he's 75.
I thought he was in his 80s.
Eastwood is 88.
Clint Eastwood's he's almost 90.
Oh Jesus!
Wow. Split the difference, and you'll have Scorsese and Clint Eastwood up there because this man's a 90. Wow. Well, props to you, Clint Eastwood, for doing what not many directors usually do at that age, making a decent film.
If Clint Eastwood is nominated for Best Director, would he be the oldest person to be nominated for Best Director?
That is a stat we'll have to look into another time because wow, that is some, we'll have to dig deep for that one. But that is the two trailers that came out to our knowledge. The big ones at least, because I know when I was watching A Star Is Born.
Can I tell you? It was Franco Sefirelli. I don't know what his name is.
Wait, whose name?
Franco Sefirelli
How
for Best
old?
Director in 1923. He was 95 years old.
95.
Yeah, in 1923.
I don't understand.
Like, I know that was 1920 what?
In 1923, he was nominated. Oh no, he was born
Wait.
in 1923. Sorry.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
the Oscars were not
the
around.
Oscars, I think.
Yeah. It was. Sorry, he was. He was 95 years old. So was 8. Oh, he was probably nominated for Best
No.
Director.
All right, while he's looking for that, Abe, that is your new mission. Figure that out because now I need to know. We're going to move on to our quick news before we get into our discussion, which is going to tie right into it. And that is what Abe brought to my attention, literally something that broke 4 hours ago. Not the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes won't decide what goes into it. What? But they are being campaigned, specifically Bohemian Rhapsody and A Star Is Born, into drama. Now, these movies have musical elements.
I have the answer.
What was the answer?
The oldest nominee was John Huston at the age of 79.
For Best Director?
For Best Director, yes.
Where's this 95-year-old coming up here, Abe? What is this?
Oh, I messed up.
He was nominated for Prizzi's Honor in 1985.
Oh, wow. Then
Then my facts were wrong. Franco Sefirelli is 95 right now. That's
he's 95 now. Okay. Well, fake news. We present only real news here.
Clint Eastwood is the oldest Best Director winner.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. For $1 Million Baby.
74 years, 272 days.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do days. Wow. Yeah, that is some. Whoever does that, brava. Who does the math on that? It's not hard, but you have to sit down and think about that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the Golden Globes drama. Are these musicals? What do you guys think?
I don't think A Star Is Born is a musical to win. Like, music plays a part of it, but it's not a musical. For me, a musical is when the songs move the plot along. That's a musical, you know? Like, I don't know, Chicago or Sound of Music or...
True, but do you not consider Shallow to be moving the plot along? Or is it because it's like, what's the word? Is it non-diegetic or diegetic where it takes place within?
I think diegetic is when it takes place in the story and the songs are actually sort of telling the story. I think non-diegetic is when you're singing it, when you're in the plot requires you to sing at that moment.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right. So go ahead, Malcolm.
Yeah, because I mean they had this discussion on Collider Live, using Star Is Born as examples, because I mean Josh's argument was like with musicals, he always sees them as things that they just break out into song, sort of just out of nowhere, and he doesn't see Star Is Born because they don't do it that way. I mean, whether the songs may move the plot along, but they don't just sort of start talking, then they break into song just out of nowhere, singing what they're going to say next.
Yeah, no,
I think that's reductive as to what a musical is. I think, A Star Is Born is very clearly a musical, I think. I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody, so I don't have anything to say about it. But, I mean, it's a dark, dramatic musical. But, you could put A Star Is Born on the stage, and it would fit perfectly well on a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really need to change things.
That's true. Although, remember, they put Mean Girls now on Broadway, and that wasn't a musical to begin with, so...
Sure, but I'm sure but there was no music in Mean Girls.
There wasn't. No, but the question...
Add some music.
All right, then the question... What is anything with music in it where they sing considered a musical then? Question for Ryan.
Well, if it eats up most of the movie, yes.
So basically...
If it's like Jingle Bell Rock in the middle of Mean Girls, no, because it's one song.
Well, also, I hope they do that in the Broadway musical now. I've never seen it. Malcolm?
I was thinking, Walk the Line, was that in drama or best musical at the Golden Globe? Because
that was
comedy musical. That's probably the one of the closest things we can use sort of to compare it against Star Is Born, because that's another one which the song sort of happened when they require the thing to happen. It's kind of that way, but I mean, yeah.
Look, if The Martian is a comedy or musical,
I was about to
then A Star Is Born is definitively a comedy or musical.
Yeah, this is not as egregious as I am indifferent either way, because I can see like, okay, yeah, it's not a musical in the sense of traditional musical, but it also has music in it that advances the plot along, so I can see an argument toward either. This is not a Martian situation where, this is clearly not a comedy, but at the same time, you look back at the previous two other Star Is Born, they were both a musical comedy. So that's kind of leaning it against its favor. But I guess they want to try to, what I see it as, that it's the awards people trying to be like, okay, we want to make sure we're taken seriously as a legit contender. But come on, if you went into musical or comedy, you're almost guaranteed to win with the Star Is Born. Literally, both of them.
Take the Golden Globe.
You
take it.
Martian can now say they are the Golden Globe for Best Picture. They don't, and they put really small italics for like musical. Yeah, it's an easy win. I don't know why they don't do that, because it's not an egregious one whatsoever. It'd be one you could be like, put that on like your Blu-ray right there.
Yeah, I mean,
the Martian was. Sorry, go ahead, Mo.
It's probably one of those ones they're probably thinking was like, well, with The Martian, there's a good chance what got into Best Musical Comedy because people thought, I don't think this is going to win Best Drama, so we'll try and campaign it to get into this to make sure it actually beats out everything else, because it is, this could be the reverse. Like they may be thinking like, well, there's so much competition for comedy musical to be nominated. We'll try and get it nominated in the drama side of things to try and see if we can win on that side.
Yeah, but the problem is there is nothing in like comedy or musical this year. Like unless they go with like The Favorite or something.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians. That's almost, I don't know. That's not guaranteed, but it has a strong possibility to get nominated.
There's not a lot of studio comedies or small comedies that 8th grade you can consider comedy. But I was gonna say the Martian situation was because what I read is that Fox sent it to the foreign, the Golden Globes people as a comedy in the comedy or musical category. The studio did that. Right, here's the studio saying, I want my movie to be on drama, and also it helps because the heavy hitters usually are in the drama category, right? Star Is Born is gonna be competing most likely with Roma, and what else is with Vice? Well, Vice probably is gonna be on comedy. With those movies that are probably gonna be the front runners.
Well, was Big Short considered a comedy or a drama for the Golden Globes?
A comedy.
It was a comedy, I believe.
It was a comedy. Yeah. Well, if it lands in that vein, then I can see Vice going in there. But I just think this is like not an egregious move, but a poor planning move in the sense of whoever's doing the awards, because you continue to push the narrative. Because if A Star Is Born loses that night to something else, it's kind of like you push the narrative down of it may not win, because every award that it gets, it's just going to continue to lift it higher. And if it misses this one against something else, it's not going to look good. Although precursors nowadays, what are you going to do? They're all over the place.
Yeah. And I mean, and the other thing is, I mean, you can't really take the Golden Globes as gospel for who's going to win the Oscars anyway. I mean, as much as I like watching the Golden Globes, quite often it's like you look at it's like thinking, oh, this one will win because of this, but it's like you look at the Screen Actors Guilds and that before you look at the Golden Globes anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Also, before we move on, while the studios push toward respective categories, the Hollywood Foreign Press has the final say. But apparently they're okay. They're usually going to be like, okay, So it has to be really egregious for it to apparently have any weight whatsoever. But the final submission is October 31st for Golden Globe submission. We are slowly getting into, the final stretch of the season, guys, before we get into the big shindig. And with that speaking of A Star Is Born, that moves us into our big discussion of the night, and that is going to be A Star Is Born. Just our thoughts about the movie, because we said we see it, and we saw it last week, guys. This week for me, because scheduling. I work at the weekends. Thankfully, do I give my thoughts first? Who wants to jump in first? Who wants to give their initial thoughts regarding A Star Is Born?
You
can't volunteer someone else. That's not how it works. You have to say some. Well, okay, if you insist. No. I'll quickly just say my thoughts. It was magic. It was movie magic. I literally want to see it again right now as I sit here. I'm thinking about it. I have the soundtrack on repeat. Yeah, there's some songs that I may not be as memorable, but overall, it's just something that I want to keep playing because there is a magic quality about it that just kind of screams, let me watch it again. It's not perfect. It is definitely not a perfect film. There are a couple of moments that are very slow in the middle. There are some unearned endings that we might get into a bit later. But overall, I really loved it. It's very, 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 dare I say, great.
Yes.
Ryan, you look like you are not agreeing but not disagreeing.
No, I agree that it's very good. It definitively has two of the best moments that we're going to see in movies this year.
Two. I'm curious.
One especially. And they're great moments. I think that there's a part between one part and the end that
I think it's the same
it's just
part.
Like, it's just slow, and it's like I don't care about this relationship, not the relationship between two characters that aren't Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
I was about to say, wait, what?
And you're just like, I can do without this nonsense. And then it brings it home really hard at the end, which was great, and I was quite content with that. It didn't wow me as much as I wanted it to, and it's certainly the same story as the others.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, put any illusions of spoilers out of your mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
you've seen them all, type of thing.
Well,
Well, I mean, like, okay, in the story wise, you've seen them all, but each one brings a different paintbrush to the canvas.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it was very good. I thought that the music was great. I think that I still like Shallows to win this year. I'm a little bit less sold. It's not because she did a bad job, but I'm a little bit less sold on Gaga's nomination.
Oh, okay.
Like she's fine. Like I could see there being enough performances for it to be overlooked.
That's true. We'll have to see how it shapes up, but
and I don't think this is going to win Best Picture.
Well, then you get into. To me, if this gets nominated, if it's like, we have like the sliding scale, that's gonna really play a big factor if people are like, hey, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Yeah. But I don't think this is again.
Yeah, I think it will get nominated. I mean, it's that kind of movie, but
it's gonna be well liked. It depends on if there's like fervent fans and like if there's like a backlash. People like, nope, putting it on the bottom. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. Abe, you were nodding with everything.
I loved it.
Wow, go ahead. Tell us more.
Probably like I haven't watched any of the first Star Is Born, so that's probably I was more surprised by some things that happened in the movie. So that's probably why it hit me harder than anybody else. Like, I think Bradley Cooper is amazing. I think Lady Gaga is amazing. But my favorite performance in the movie was definitely Sam Elliott. There's a moment when he's driving a car. I'm not gonna spoil. Where you see his eyes because of something, and it's like that I didn't cry. I don't cry in movies usually, but that one hit me hard. Like I was alone, like sitting there, and I was like, oh, damn. I wanted to cry. Like I repressed that crying because I don't want to look stupid next to the people that were with me in the theater.
Aw.
And I swallowed it like till the morning, and I didn't cry in the morning, but I swallowed it. I woke up depressed the next day. I don't know why.
Oh wow! But you had no idea what was gonna happen.
No, I had no idea. I had
Wow.
no idea. I didn't see any of the trailers either. I only watched one trailer, so I didn't like most of the moments in the movie surprised me. I thought Gaga was really good. I don't think it was like a best actress winning performance, and Bradley Cooper definitely something I love the sound in the movie. The opening scene, the sound in that first opening scene, that was amazing.
Downloaded that song on my iPhone right after that.
I bought the soundtrack right away.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Which brings me to the idea of like Bradley Cooper in general. I really loved Gaga. This proved to me like yes, she definitely can act. There's no question beyond that.
Yeah, no, she can for sure.
I think a nomination is warranted in her future. For this film, perhaps. I want to see her act more. I really kind of want her like not put her career on hold in music, but like try some other stuff as well too outside of this an American Horror Story. But Bradley Cooper to me, you had Sam Elliott. Bradley Cooper was. I forgot I was watching Bradley Cooper. Which is, I guess, the merit of a good director and a good performance, because I was thinking this was just Jackson Maine. This was this guy who had been beaten all these years in his role as a dying artist, basically, someone who's becoming irrelevant slowly and surely because of his alcoholism, which everyone knows because you've seen the trailer or you watched the one prior. And if not, what are you doing listening to this if you don't?
Before that, or the one before that,
you are
Price Hollywood.
You've watched all of them. You've watched one. You've seen a little bit of this one, guys. But Bradley Cooper, to me, gives a performance that if he won the Oscar, I would be so okay with that. Because this is his best performance I have ever seen him give. This beats American Hustle easily. This beats Silver Linings Playbook. This beats American Sniper. And I liked him in all three of those. But this one was... This was not Bradley Cooper. This was something utterly different, and he is. I was shocked. Who knew he could sing?
I think his best performance is a Rocket, but that's another discussion.
Is it what?
As Rocket.
Oh, Rocket Raccoon. Oh, okay. Well, that's not even. It's only his voice. Come on. But not the same. Amazing. It is, but it's not the same. Malcolm, you have not seen it. Do you have any thoughts about what we've heard prior about our thoughts regarding the film?
I mean, there's not a lot I can say really. It's just like it still confirms to me that I still really want to see this movie, and I'm always planning on going to see it. And, yeah,
please see it. It's so good, guys. I definitely recommend you guys seeing it as soon as you can.
And for those wondering why I haven't seen it, New Zealand's just slow off movies.
Yes. Exactly.
And try and see it in an auditorium with as good a sound as you can get.
Yes.
Because it makes a difference.
It definitely makes a difference. Now, this movie is, of course, not without its flaws. Which they're minor. It has the It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. And while at the same time it flies by, it slows down in some areas. And I've been thinking long and hard about what that is, and I still can't... I wouldn't cut anything. As much as I feel like I could have, it had to do some really serious reworking. But it's nothing that derails the film. Nothing grinds it to a halt, and for me at least personally, and just doesn't stop the flow. It's a slow burn in the sense of these characters. This is really about the characters of Allie and Jackson. And it sits on those. And I guess also the character of, he's a side character. What's Sam Elliott's character's name again?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that the relationship you didn't care about?
Yeah.
I thought it was like the manager and
It's like Sam Elliott's cool. He's great. I don't get me wrong, I love Sam Elliott, but I did not care about his relationship with Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Like, really did not give a fuck. Pardon my language, but
no, please, it's fine. Wow. I did not think that was the one you were talking about. I didn't at first, and then when that revelation came, like, okay, that makes total sense, which we won't spoil what the revelation was just yet, but those who've seen it know exactly what it was, and I was just kind of, it made me, like, gave his character a little more depth than what we've had prior in other films. Because if you watch the other Star is Born, there's not much to his character. Take that back. There is a lot to his character, just not a lot in backstory-wise. There was a really great video called was it Please Be Kind? It's from a YouTube channel called Please Be Kind, or was it Please Rewind? I forgot what it was specifically. I'm terribly sorry I'm butchering it. But she gave this really interesting like difference or comparison between the different lead characters, and like James Mason, Chris Christopherson, and Bradley Cooper, and the original guy whose name I don't remember. And it's very fascinating to see how they're different yet the same. They're layers upon layers of other characters that have been kind of morphed into one. But that was your favorite part, I'm assuming. The dynamic. Yeah. The dynamic.
It wasn't that dynamic. It was Sam Elliott's performance. I've never seen him like that. The relationship, I happen to agree, like it wasn't built that much. Like you don't see it building. However, what Sam Elliott does with that little time he have, it definitely hits you.
Yeah, also, he doesn't act the role badly. Like he's great. He's Sam Elliott, but
yeah, this is true. Yeah. I guess I do wish I had one more scene with that, but for me, it was enough to where I cared. I was like, okay, let's move this advanced along, because there's really only
one particularly dramatic scene that felt incredibly unearned.
I think I know what it is. Was it the car ride scene?
No.
Oh, was it? Oh, was it the twist, or not the twist at the very end, but that scene with the manager and Jackson?
No.
What? I'm curious now. What? All right. Spoiler, guys. I'm curious now. Spoiler. We can't see hands. Malcolm, headphones off for 5 seconds. I'll count down.
Really not a big spoiler, but when he goes and like punches him at the concert gig, because he gets all pissed off. Like, okay. You know what? No,
you can come back.
We didn't earn anything about that.
Well, because the dad,
is not in the movie.
You would okay. I see. I understand. Okay, I can see that though. It worked for me, but I can see what Abe. You're about to say something.
Do you think if they were put time in Jackson's early life, would
flashbacks
better? Yeah, like flashbacks. Yeah, flashbacks. Like
I don't know. You could make a 3 hour of this movie, but like, did we need that though? No. Like, we just need his relationship with Gaga. We don't need the brother character.
I think the movie's long because Bradley Cooper is an inexperienced director. Every other directors will have worked it better at like with an editor or something. Because you see the Wolf of Wall Street, for example, it's a 3 hour movie. Whatever you think of, that movie goes fast, and that's because Martin Scorsese is directing. And Bradley Cooper does things as a director that definitely work in the movie. Mm-hmm. But there's like that pacing in the middle. That's the hardest part to get through in the movie. The middle part where all the drama is building, because it feels like he's just going from A to B to B to C. There's not.
He hits such a high at like at the top of the first third of the movie, that it just like after that point it drags for a long time before something really interesting happens. Yeah. And that doesn't make the movie bad. Like the movie's well made, well acted. It just there's a draggy part.
That's a draggy part. I wouldn't necessarily call it dragging. I'd call it like a slower burn.
Okay, Fletcher would slap Bradley Cooper. You're like, you're dragging.
Not my tempo, Bradley. Not my tempo. I now want to see Bradley Cooper in the role of Miles Teller in Whiplash. That would make no sense whatsoever. But now it's something that's like, nope. It's just him coming into the J.K. Simmons just being behind the curtains, just kind of like, nope, try this again. But okay, so now that we've talked about the movie a little bit more, and we all have our, we're not going to rate it. We're not going to rate it specifically because that's not exactly like what I want to do, unless you guys want to. But we don't have a rating system here. It's more just kind of like a discussion. We're not here to rate, I guess, star movies. That's Letterboxd for us. You can go look at that later.
You can follow me on Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
I'm about to say, wait, you guys, let's do your letter. Okay, right. What is your score on Letterboxd for you guys that you have in our net right now? I don't use
have 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
I
And
gave
That's my
it.
favorite movie of the year.
I gave it 4 stars. It sits, I believe, in 12th.
Right now, it is probably my. I don't have it. I would probably get 4.5 as well. It's probably my. I haven't seen too many movies this year because of just graduating and then getting a job, so it's hard. I'm trying to find that balance, guys. So don't shame me and my lack of movies.
Look at me getting a job.
No, I'm slacking.
Okay, I lied.
But-
It's an 8. It's on 12th.
Oh wow, that's a difference. That's a 4-place difference. It definitely
What's your
probably would
number
be.
one?
My number one is easily Won't You Be My Neighbor. That's easily number one for me.
What about you?
Wait, what was that?
What about you, Ryan?
I said I don't rank docs.
Yeah, this is another discussion again because it's still a film. Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's not now. All right, guys, this is A Star Is Born. What do we think it's gonna do Oscar-wise? Like, what we're gonna go through some of the categories. I'm gonna start naming off. I want you guys to tell me if you think it's had a shot in this category.
Of winning or being nominated?
Nominated right now. Best Picture.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a lock. Like I'll call it right now. It's a lock for nomination.
All right. Best Director.
Yes. It has
Hesitant. I'll say yes, but caveat that I'm not confident in that.
Okay.
Give it maybe
All right.
like a 10% chance.
That's a low percent chance. Wow. You could just say no. In that case, you should just say no. It's only be 10%. Let's say it has a shot then. Let's say it has a shot. It doesn't say it will be, but it has a shot.
It's got a shot.
You can say a lock, you can say a shot, or you can say no. We'll say that. What do you guys think for Best Actor? Lock, shot, or no?
Yeah. I think
shot.
the acting branch will give that to Bradley.
Okay.
They love Bradley Cooper.
They do. They do love him.
3 times? 3 times?
I mean, he's probably a really nice dude. So
Yeah, that is true. I've never seen like any negative things about him. But he got 3 nominations like years back to back to back, didn't he?
Silver Linings Playbook,
Yeah.
American Sniper,
American Hustle. That's like 3. So 2012, 13, and 14. So this is.
Touch my nose.
Wait, what was that?
I want Bradley Cooper to touch my nose.
I get it, but it's also
yeah.
a little weird.
No, it's very weird. It's like, well, and things we learned about Abe today. I mean,
I just want his jacket, but that's
he's
not.
been nominated 4 times. What else?
I want his hair. I'm gonna be honest, because like,
Yeah, the
was
hair,
like-
the beard.
that was like,
I just want to
Wow.
be him. Like,
yeah,
but
like,
that-
wait a minute.
But that brown suede jacket.
That was a great suede jacket.
was really on point.
That guitar that they had, I don't know if it was like a Yamaha or a Gibson, but it was great. Wow, where were we? Oh
We
yeah,
are on Best Actress, I'm guessing. is
Best
your-
actress, Best Actress, lock, shot or nay?
I think
No.
it's a lock. Lock just for press for the movie.
It's obviously got a shot, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say nay just to be more interesting about it.
Okay, all right. And Malcolm, please join in. You're here, right? Best Actress, what do you think?
I mean, I think from what I've seen in the trailers, I think she's got a shot.
Okay. All right. So best adapted screenplay. This is obviously adapted, guys. Just there is no original.
I mean, if it's gonna be nominated for Best Picture, it has to be a lock on one of those categories. So a lock.
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, Gravity wasn't well. That's another discussion for like Gravity was not nominated for. Yeah, it was different type of movie.
A directorial.
That's like the only thing I can like think of that's like, you know, almost won Best Picture without a screenplay nom. So that's about it. So anyway, yeah. What'd you say? A block, shot, or nay? Lock. Ryan.
Shot.
And Malcolm.
Yeah, I think it's probably got a shot.
Okay. And best supporting actor. This will be interesting. What do we think about Sam Elliott?
He's a lock to win it.
Whoa. Okay. That is a bold. All right, we're gonna put that here, stamp it here, in this 5th episode that you think he's going to win. Ryan.
Nay.
No, not even a shot. All right. Malcolm.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good supporting actors out there, so I don't think he will be nominated.
Okay. And supporting actor, actress, screenplay. What do we think about the sound categories? Because musicals usually do good in this, or things with sound.
This is not a musical.
Yes, but Inside Llewyn Davis was nominated for best sound mixing.
I think it's gonna be nominated for
sound mixing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably going to be nominated for both.
The concert scenes alone are worth it.
Yeah, the sound is very good. Ryan.
I just have no idea. I have no grounds on which to judge this.
See, yeah, I do think sound mixing is a safe bet. It's a very, very safe bet. Now, editing is gonna have to be like they love it, like they really, really like it, because editing is like that very, you know, mixing is the stuff you have there. Editing is like a whole nother ball game.
Oh, hey, Sam Elliott is trending at number 2 on the best supporting actor list.
Wait, really?
Maybe he does have a shot.
You're gonna change that? Wow, 2?
Because there's no one else like you don't.
I think so Timothy Chalamet's in first. Mahershala Ali's in third.
Wait, Timothy Chalamet is first?
Yes.
Since when?
Beautiful boy.
Yeah, but okay, wow. I was like,
yeah, but like I don't think they will. He's just way too young, you know.
What?
Sam Rockwell's in
buzz does that movie have? Okay, well,
and Mahershala just won, and also Sam Rockwell just won it. So he's on league competition, and maybe Michael B. Jordan for Black Panther, or I don't know.
Black Panther's gonna have to have a really great day at the Oscars for B. Jordan to get in. Got to have a really great day.
Yeah. Well, Michael B. Jordan's in 6th apparently right now, and his stock is going up.
What is going? I'm so confused. Like,
but that's only because 45 Idiots think he's gonna win. Which
45. Yeah, he's not win, guys. If he gets nominated, it's gonna be a miracle. If he's winning, hell is frozen over. And the Academy is now as full gone popular contest because I'm sorry, that is not the best supporting performance of the year.
Yeah, when it comes to Black Panther, I don't see it getting any acting nominations out of it. No matter how good it actually is.
Yes,
surely.
I agree. And then I guess the other big one is song is a definite. I think we can all agree that song is getting
at least one.
At least one. Okay, what about 2? Do we think 2 is going to happen?
No.
I mean, it's happened a few times that they've had 2 songs in that category, so it's possible.
It is.
I don't know what they've submitted is the problem, but
I don't think they've submitted anything just yet.
Yeah, we'll find Well, if they're like Coco, I believe only submitted 1 song, which I thought was stupid. But so they only submitted 1 song. So, I mean, I don't know that A Star Is Born would do that. But
remember, sorry, for Coco, was the full song. Like, not other song in Coco has like a full performance. you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't
most of
matter.
the
You can submit more than one song.
You can't submit like as many as you want. I mean, I remember one year, like I don't know what movie it was, but it submitted like a ton, and I'm just kind of like, this is gonna like come back to like bite you in the butt because this is not gonna work out. You know, cancel each other out.
Also, there's not a lot of
Lion
songs.
King get 2 songs nominated.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
La La
songs. Like,
Land.
maybe Mary Poppins gonna get a nomination for song.
Probably.
What else? The Black
There's
Panther
not-
song most likely. And
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than that, I cannot think of other.
We'll have to see the list.
Let's look at what's trending for song right now.
Yeah, I'm curious. What is song right now?
They don't
Because-
have odds for song.
I guess
That's
there's too
not-
many out.
Why
Because I
don't
guess
you have- why don't
too
you have
many
odds
songs
for
out.
song?
Okay, well, what about score? I don't think score is going to happen. Like, I don't remember a
It
score.
wasn't a very good score.
Yeah, I
it
don't
was-
remember.
was
the
there-
score at all. I
was there
remember
a
the
score?
music.
Well, unless you count the actual songs as
No.
score, which you could.
That's yeah, but that's I would consider that soundtrack more than score because like scores and soundtracks are like
Well, it counted towards Justin Hurwitz's score when he won for essentially the best score of the decade.
yeah, I guess that's true. Like, well,
But-
yeah, I can't argue that, but I can't like 100% agree. So it's kind of like I'm stuck in this weird middle ground of like, okay,
Why is it that I can pull odds for like the best or the longest speech, but I can't pull odds for
the
best
longest
original?
speech? This Gold Derby?
That one is not. That's on an odd site.
Oh, I was about to say what? And I guess also we have cinematography. I think cinematography is a definite.
That's a lock there.
Cinematography is gorgeous.
I don't think that's a lock for cinematography. It looks good, but I'm just.
I mean,
I think it's got a shot, but I don't think it's a lock by any means.
I think it's a lot. The guy won for Black Swan. He's already an Oscar winner. So they're definitely going to at least look at that. I could be wrong. I could be pulling a Michael B. Jordan is getting in supporting actor.
Best original song predictions. Let's see what awardswatch.com has to say.
Well, okay. While Ryan is looking at that, we'll do a last one, and that is I think that's actually all the ones I think it ever has a shot in. Because it's not getting production design. It's not getting
editing.
Oh, editing. That was what I was missing. Editing is probably. I think if it's getting picture and
Probably gonna get
director.
editing.
I mean, the editing is nothing special.
Yeah, but if one just shot, usually you want to be
Yeah.
for that.
That is true. I mean, it's not like
Most of best pictures that just won 4 Oscars usually won editing, screenplay, director, and picture. If you win the,
they have to win at least one.
Yeah,
of those.
You have to win those. Like,
okay, so
yeah,
the top 5 songs on awardswatch.com. So I don't know their record, but they seem to be a fairly decent website.
Rapido.
So Shallows is obviously in the lead.
One.
Duh. Black Panther's All the Stars in second.
That's what Abe was taught. Yeah, I can see that.
From A Star Is Born, I'll Never Love Again is in third.
I think that's the best song of the movie, but next one.
From Boy Erased, the song Revelation.
I have not seen that, so I can't comment on that whatsoever.
The song Gravity from the documentary Free Solo.
Of course there is like this documentary feature no one has seen that they put on there. Of course there is.
They did it last year with someone, I don't remember his name.
And then 6 through 10, they have a TBD song from Mary Poppins in 6th right now because we don't know what they are.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
The song Finally Free from Smallfoot. Maybe it's Time from A Star Is Born. Ashes from Deadpool 2. Or The Big Unknown from Widows.
Oh yeah, Widows.
Ashes has to be nominated. Can we all agree with that? That's a great title.
Has to be though.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I mean, it's a good song, and I mean, it's one.
It is a good song.
And I mean, it's probably one that a lot of people may not didn't expect to happen in Deadpool 2 of all movies. So
I mean, that is
it's
true.
like a Bond song. They play like a Bond song, like at the
yeah,
opening
that's
credits.
exactly what I was
That's the
thinking
whole
about.
point of it. Don't be surprised for the next Deadpool movie we get. I don't know, Adele to do that song.
Just have it continue. I don't think they'd mind give Celine Dion another Oscar nomination. But we'll have to see about that. Ryan, any more stats before we move on?
Not on that race, no.
No. Okay. Wow. Best original song is gonna be really interesting. Like, wasn't like the movie that got nominated like Cries for Syria? No, Syria was that? Like Cher?
What?
Cries of the was that? Hold on.
No, it was
for the song?
Gravity from the movie Free Solo. I don't know. I'll look it up.
No. I mean like the year prior.
Oh.
Oh no,
Maybe.
what was that? Best original song nomination.
Gravity is a song by Tim McGraw.
Oh, that explains it. That explains it.
Oh sure, I know who that.
No, to Tim McGraw.
The song was a stand-up for something of Diane Warren and Campbell.
And I'm pretty sure there was one year that the Lady Gaga song from a documentary was nominated for best song. That
Yeah. And then there was the year that the Sting song was nominated from a documentary.
Yep. There's always that one like celebrity that has a documentary song that kind of like makes it in somehow. I mean, next thing you know, they could pull another Alone Yet Not Alone. Never forget, guys. Never forget. You guys remember that?
Yes.
not really.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened was there's this little small movie called Alone Yet Not Alone that got nominated for Best Original Song. No one had heard of it. Literally, no one had heard of it. But the producer was part of the Academy Board, and he sent out emails saying like, "Hey guys, vote for my movie." This, I mean, he didn't say that exactly, but like, and then he was disqualified because he used his position of power to convince people to vote for him, which is illegal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
his nomination was rescinded. So
It's clever.
Cheating the system.
Hey, toots.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm the Academy member. I'm a typical white Academy member from New York. I don't know why. Wow, it's late. Wow. Okay, guys, that is everything about A Star Wars Born. These are our opinions upon it. I can't wait for Malcolm to see it. But next week in particular, this week, First Man comes out, so you'll hear our thoughts about it next week. Because I know we're all happy to see this, because we all really like Chazelle. In one way or another, we really, really like Chazelle. Malcolm loves La La Land, hint to the poster behind him. As you can see, but if it's audio, so you can't see that. And I know that we all, well, I guess, right, Ryan, you don't love La La Land. I know that.
I liked it, and my opinion of it has actually gone up over time as we get further away from annoying La La Land fans.
No, I'm sorry.
Look, it just, it's not the second coming, but it's good.
No, I totally, yeah. See, the farther I get away from it, the more I'm like, this isn't the second coming, but it's good. So it's kind of like, everyone's just kind of meeting in the middle about the movie. Was like, I really like it. It's a really, really good movie, but it's not the second coming.
I love listening to the score. That is maybe the best score of the decade, maybe will be of this century. You never know.
Yeah.
It's
and
really good.
And Abe adores La La Land, right?
I like it. Was my number 4 the year. Probably it's gone down like a little bit, but it's still in my top 10 of 2016.
Oh, I thought probably you liked it less than
it made my top 20.
Really
Well, you saw like a lot of movies last year. I mean, that was like impressive what you did. Like, how many did you see? Everyone guess how many movies Ryan saw last year. I want to give him a medal for this.
Last year or 2016?
Wait, which one did you see?
Neither are medal worthy, but
okay. I want to give him kudos.
I didn't do
100
that.
and something. I usually watching 100 movies. 100 movies.
100? How do you guys have the time for that? Like literally. Jeez, please.
Yeah, I'm 142 in 2016 and 136 in 2017.
You're a little bit off. No, I usually try to break 100 for each year, so I have a good knowledge.
I try.
I watch like every time something's released on
I'm super behind this year. I just hit 50. Which
me too. I just hit 50.
It's a little worrisome, but
this week I'm gonna hit 53 because I'm watching Bad Times, First Man, and Goosebumps.
Okay, before we head out, what movies will we guys be watching this week? I
just told you.
Well, besides Abe, Ryan, what are you seeing this week?
I'm seeing First Man tomorrow in IMAX. I'm very excited for that. And then I'll probably go see. Is it Good Times? Bad Times?
Bad Times.
El Royale.
Not good times.
Sometimes at the El Royale. I'll probably go see that over the weekend, but we'll see.
And Malcolm, what are you seeing this week?
Definitely First Man, because it's actually out around the same time as everywhere else. So.
Oh yeah, because Star is Born, and when Star is Born comes out the following week, correct?
Yeah.
Man, New Zealand, you got to get your act together. That's just disappointing. Before we head out, we're gonna do the brackets. We are down to the last 4 rounds and the last 8 contestants, and let me tell you, wow. This one physically hurts me looking at this. We have Empire Strikes Back versus The Princess Bride, Godfather versus Singing in the Rain, Return of the King versus The Avengers, Back to the Future versus Shawshank Redemption, and we have just 8 films left. Which one do we think's any surprises? Malcolm, do you think we're gonna have any surprises this time, or is it kind of be like, same old, same old?
I think we'll have at least one surprise.
All right, Abe.
I think we're gonna start to be smart, and we won't have any surprises.
No surprises
whatsoever. Time for Take 3 to begin to think critically, and like me, be smart.
Well,
like most of you are not that don't have that great taste like me. So I'm just saying the truth, man. I like you. I like you.
I've already voted.
Yeah, but I like you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, because the very first matchup is the Empire Strikes Back versus The Princess Bride, and in a stunning 44-56, closer than I ever thought possible, The Princess Bride beats The Empire Strikes Back, guys. The Princess Bride has just dethroned the number 1. That was number 24. 24 defeats number 1. Like, holy cow.
I don't care about any of those movies, but thankfully the Empire's out.
Like, that was a twist I did not see coming. Like, literally, guys. Wow.
Somewhere in Canada, I can hear Brooklyn Fells screaming to the heavens and happy about it.
I am not. I guess I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm happy, but I'm not, because I love both. But I love Star Wars, so I am sad. Anyway, moving on to the next one, which is Back to the Future versus The Shawshank Redemption. Now, this one is also super close. Which one do you think takes home the gold, Abe? Shawshank. All right. Yeah. The Shawshank Redemption takes it to the next one. What do you think now, Malcolm? What do you think's going on?
That's Sean Connery?
I was Sean Connery. Sure, it was your Sean Connery, Jr.
I actually think Back to the Future might have took it out.
And another 56-44, as always, as what this appears to be. Thank you, Abe. Back to the Future defeats The Shawshank Redemption. Like, holy cow, what is this? This is not what I was expecting. Moving right along.
Wasn't Back to the Future the higher ranked movie out of those two anyway?
Nope. Back to the Future is 20, Shawshank is 5.
Okay.
Yep. Although, we should be getting, relatively, I guess, closer to the original. Like the original, normal numbers. But the next one is The Godfather versus Singing in the Rain, one of the greatest movies of all time versus one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. Both of them. One of the greatest mob movies and one of the greatest musicals. And the spread, 56-44. Again. And the winner is The Godfather.
Oh my God, they make it as much worse. Oh my god.
Wow. The Godfather defeats Singin' in the Rain, which is sad because no, they don't, because Singin' in the Rain is a masterpiece, which I guess Godfather is too. But Singin' in the Rain is more of a masterpiece in my eyes.
Godfather is an example of craftsmanship of direct.
But
that's a masterclass of direct.
Okay, I agree with that. But you know what? Singin' in the Rain is a masterclass of how to do a proper musical.
And dancing.
And dancing. You dance in the musical. All right. And then the final one we have, guys, Avengers and Return of the King. Now, I'm going to be real with this. I'm going to be real with you all. This one is not close. 78 to 22. Which one do we think it is?
Sadly, Return of the King.
I mean, Return of the King is definitely better than the Avengers.
I mean, it definitely is. But when it's a 78 and 22% spread, I don't know how the Avengers took it, but it took it.
You're lying to it.
I am lying. It's Return of the King. People see, no one can believe that. People are like, yeah, that's not the case. It is impossible to not vote Return of the King when you have Avengers. Although apparently, Abe, you voted for the Avengers, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I thought so. Never mind. I take back what I said. It's not impossible. But guys, we are down to the last 2 matches, the last 4. And wow, the Empire Strikes Back is out. I'm still like shocked at that. Because that is not something.
I thought that one's winning.
Hey, you know what? Never let anyone say that we were predictable. But that leaves our final. Oh, these are some good matches. That leaves our final 2 matches. Our first final match, if this will load for me. Our first final match is The Godfather versus Return of the King.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. If they choose something other than The Godfather, I'm probably gonna kill this channel.
Oh no!
This channel on YouTube. So I'm just telling you, if you hear this,
if we all want to know,
after next Wednesday.
If we all want to know who is a vengeful human being, it is Abe. Abe is very vengeful. All right, and wait, what in the world? Oh, let's say what in the world happened to my computer? Oh, it's fine again. We're fine. Crisis averted. All right, and the next final match is The Princess Bride versus Back to the Future.
That's like 80s extravaganza war, iconic. McFly versus As You Wish. That's a hard one.
And what's fascinating, Princess Bride is ranked 24, Back to the Future is ranked 20, while The Godfather is ranked 2, and Return of the King is ranked 3. So this is really interesting how 2 20s and then like one of the single digits manage to face each other. So it's not too predictable. Our 1 seed is out. But next week, those 2 matches will be done, and then we will have our final match, and then of course our loser of our bronze match, where we'll have the runner-ups for this. So these last 4 will be ranked, and we will find out who is the winner. But from that point on, guys, this has been Gone with the Wind, and I want to thank our panelists for being here. Ryan had to head out, so if you missed his voice, he had to head out a little early because he has some obligations, I guess. And then, of course, I have my 2 panelists here, my favorite panelists to have on here, Malcolm and Abe. Malcolm, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions. I host my show Rankum. We're in the middle of our horror movie month now, so got movie set on Halloween coming up this Sunday. And I've also competed in trivia all over the place. I'm Multiplex for Full Metal, and also find me in Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Melkor.
And Abe.
You can follow me on Twitter at AbrahamF25. You can follow me at Letterboxd at AbrahamFlores25 and see whatever I watch. And please don't add me on Facebook if I don't know you. And
of course, Abe will always end with that, because please don't add him on Facebook unless he knows you, because that's not. No one wants you to do that. That's not cool. And then before we go, I want you guys to give me one crazy prediction. What do you think is going to happen at this year's Oscars? Give me a crazy prediction, Malcolm.
Deadpool 2 will be nominated for Best Picture.
Wow, that is crazy. And Abe.
Avengers Infinity War gets a Best Picture nomination.
Wow, you guys are absolutely bonkers. Neither of those are going to happen. Because, you know what's going to get a Best Picture nomination? A Quiet Place is going to get a Best Picture nomination because it's a fantastic film that needs to be seen. But anyway, I am Manning. You can find me on Twitter at Cine_Man. That's CINE_MANN. And if I had a letterbox and used it enough, I would give you that, but not until I really get started into, editing and reviewing movies. But until then, you can find me also here hosting Gone with the Wind, as well as various other Take 3 things when I have the time. But regardless, thank you all for joining in our 5th episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the future.